The Council of Governors has promised to set aside funds in the county budgets to facilitate employment of more doctors and specialists. This as the COG and the Kenya Medical Practitioner Pharmacist and Dentist Union agreement on the criteria of promoting doctors in counties. At a meeting in Kathwana in Tharaka Nithi County, COG Health Committee Chair Governor Muthomi Njuki and KMPDU Secretary General Davji Atela noted most of the issues that cause strike by doctors are being addressed, and periodic meetings have been planned to reach a consensus.
We have seen the gaps that are there in Tharaka Nithi, and the advice of employing more doctors will ensure that we have more patients, and more patients will also bring more revenue where it is applicable, and therefore it will be a win-win situation.
Yeah, they're going to see to either increase the number of health workforce. They've also looked into the way to retain the consultants so that they can actually attract more and retain them, with a plan that those who actually happen to could be having a plan to leave the county, they'll be having now more benefits and a very lucrative plan.
Kijabe-based AICQ International Hospital, in conjunction with the Caroline Jane Foundation, has launched a spine fellowship residential training program for surgeons. AICQ International Hospital Executive Director Dr. Evelyn Mbugua said there is need to train more spine specialists in the country to treat the growing number of patients affected by neurological or spine disorders. Dr. Mbugua added that the hospital hopes to train 2 spine surgeons every year. Caroline Jane Foundation Dr. Stevens Humphrey said the partnership will improve access to quality orthopedic services.
This program is designed to reach out to train orthopedic surgeons who will be subspecializing in the surgical treatment of spine problems. Our goal is to train 2 spine surgeons every year, and we look to meet the need that is there in this country, not just in Kenya, but in the region.
Elsewhere, more than 150 flower farm workers in Isinya, Kajiado County are up in arms after they were allegedly fired without notice. The agitated workers say they have been dismissed without severance pay and SACCO contributions, in addition to 3 months' salary arrears. A senior member of County Assembly, Joshua Olwasa, urged the flower farm management to hold a meeting with the affected workers and find an amicable solution. The aggrieved workers, some of whom claim to have worked at the farm for 10 years, have vowed to camp at the farm's gate until their grievances are addressed.
Na hatujalipwa mshahara, kitu ya kwanza, hatujalipwa service, na mdozi wetu alichukua pesa zetu za SACCO hajatupea.
We are going to give an ultimatum of 7 days. Hao wananchi waweze kulipwa pesa ya service, waweze kulipwa pesa ya SACCO, na waweze kulipwa pia pesa ya mshahara yao.
Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital is on the spot of a poor services delivery in some key departments. The Senate Health Committee, led by Jackson Mandago, visited the facility on a fact-finding mission and established poor record management at the pharmacy, raising questions about the supply and uptake of drugs. The lawmakers, who included Richard Onyonka of Kisii County, Joe Nyutu of Murang'a County, and nominated Senator Esther Okenyuri, also noted the reduced rate of hospital deliveries, calling for enlisting of community health promoters in sensitization of expectant mothers. Senators, however, commended service delivery in other sections of the hospital, singling out the mortuary currently used by Kisii University Health Sciences faculty for teaching.
This is what counties should be able to address. We know Kisii County Referral Hospital, some 1 year, 2 years back, was not only able to supply their own oxygen, but they were also able to supply to nearby facilities and counties. We would want to urge the county government to go back to that, to make sure that that oxygen facility is working.
Mpango ambao umezinduliwa na serikali ya kitaifa ukiongozwa na Rais Mheshimiwa William Ruto wa community health promoters, utaweza kuwatafuta kina mama popote walipo ili waweze kujifungua hospitalini.
Also, some 37 youths in Kericho County have been trained on the installation of security gadgets and a means to entrenching the adoption of technology among Kenya's young population. The training, which was organized by Jukebox Technologies, targeted those who are interested in carrying the country into a more technologically advanced era, while at the same time earning a living from technical skills. Jukebox says it is targeting to train as many youths as possible to position the country strongly against emerging technological challenges.
To empower them so that they can go out there. We create employment by once they have skills, they can employ themselves.
Tumepata kujua new technologies as CCTV cameras, not only CCTV but access points, alarms, all those. Tumepata some connection for kama kufanya installation unazojifanyia mwenye, kufungua job opportunities kazi vijana tunaweza kufanya huko tu baada.
Turning the crack to Lamu County, where the SH ship Diana Cruise is on tour of the Kenya coast with some 1,000 tourists on board. The vessel docked in Lamu for more than 8 hours before departing for Mombasa County, where it is expected to provide more business opportunities for locals in the region. The passengers are sampling the region's rich cultural heritage, a major revenue earner for the country and players in the tourism industry.
Sema ni furaha ni kwa sababu tunapopata wageni huwa kuna malipo mingi. Kwa mfano, kila mahali tunapata fedha. Wale wageni wanapata kuona Lamu, wanapata kuuza Lamu. Kwa hivyo tunatarajia kuwa wageni wengi watakuja baada ya wao.
So kwa hivyo sisi tunaomba ushirikiano kati ya KPA, County ya Lamu na Tourism Board ili tuweze kumarket Lamu na zile bidhaa ambazo ziko Lamu vizuri, ili hizi meli zikuja hapa next time siweze kununua hata hizi bidhaa zao za kutumia katika meli kutoka hapa Lamu, hasa chakula na maji na vitu zingine siweze kuchukua.
Moving on, Nyanza professional women have launched an association that will help tap into the vast potential of women professionals in the region. The association is Christian Penny. The Professional Association of Nyanza Women has over 500 members across the board. Achola Simon with details of that report.
The association, which was formed earlier in the year, was officially launched on Friday in Kisumu County with the key agenda being that of galvanizing Nyanza women professionals for sustainable economic development and for the prosperity of the Nyanza region in line with the Goal 5 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals on gender equality.
So today we unpack our theme, which is investing in sustainable development for future generations through socioeconomic development, of which we recognize that Nyanza region is key, given the development indicators as we see it, and of course mentoring the next generation of women leaders.
Their appreciation of the need to work together for themselves and for the region has been overwhelming. And I want to encourage members of PAN to help the rank and file of our women in this region. As they constitute themselves into cooperative societies, they need legal support. You can offer that legal support for free. They need business plans. Many of you come from that background. You can help them develop business plans for free. Moving forward, as they grow, they'll need strategic plan. You are experts in those fields. You can do that for free. That is the only way and means that we can give back to the society and by extension the entire Nyanza region.
In a ceremony that was graced by the Information, Communication and Digital Economy Cabinet Secretary Eludo Wallo, U.S. Ambassador to Kenya Meg Whitman and her Germany counterpart Sebastian Groth, among other high-ranking officials, the women were challenged to spearhead development in the region and play a critical role in shepherding the region out of malnutrition, teenage pregnancy, and other vices that continue to develop the region.
Women are standing up to be counted. Quite often, the huge challenges that confront sustainable human development will teach us to remain in the space of lamentation, despair, and the women professionals from this region are basically telling us that it is time to put lamentations aside behind us and to begin walking the talk and the path of development.
By providing women an ecosystem and opportunities through a platform like Pani Women, we have a shot at creating a virtuous cycle of economic activity that could have ripple effects in the larger region and demonstrate what is possible when those energies are utilized and tapped into.
The outfit is also promising to create and strengthen linkages with other stakeholders, the government through the various ministries, development partners, and the private sector to help achieve its intended purpose.
That report by Achela Simon takes us on our first break. We recoil with plenty more, including what is shaping the sporting arena.
Umekuja mapema.
Nakwambia siku hizi barabara ni nywe.
Kenya Roads Board is committed to ensure an efficient road network for a prosperous nation. Your fuel levy at work.
The first day I met you, sijawaila laja, umenishughulikia.
Abuse is not just physical, even verbal. In fact, there is a proverb that says that the slip of the tongue can never be fixed.
Most of these people are actually doing it, and they have brought it to the place of I can abuse my spouse or my partner, and she's not able to speak out. Or she can abuse me and I'm not able to speak out. There are 4 levels of narcissism.
Kuna the other version of a female squeezy dem akiachana tu na boy. Hiyo word mimi nakuanga unje anakuanga na sister.
Part of the practice that is being adopted even internationally in terms of sensitization with regards to matters like this is that you first of all need to start keeping track of the behavior of the person that you're with.
Personally, I believe you can't give love which first of all you've not given to yourself.
Just a way to show how much I love you.
You did choose treason and betrayal over friendship, even when you had the choice not to do it. What a convenient little bed for you, right?
And don't make that face because I saw it myself. What? Is that what you do on your free time now? You contemplate her?
Of course not, Teresa. You are wrong.
Oh, so what were you doing there, huh? Tell me.
Welcome back. Turning the crack to the Nyanza region, where plans are underway to establish Coast Guard services within Fangano Island in Homa Bay County to deal with security concerns in Lake Victoria. Interior Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo says the move will also curb illicit trade in the lake and spur the blue economy in Nyanza region.
Speaking during a fundraiser at Kakimba Secondary School in Fangano Island, Interior Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo said Kenya is keen on ensuring the security of the fisher folk in Lake Victoria.
One of the issues that the people of Fangano asked the President to deal with is the issue of insecurity in the lake. Now we have the Kenya Coast Guard Service that is under me, and we gave our commitment that we'll be establishing an additional point for the Coast Guard Service on the island. Already there's a process of doing a similar point in Homa Bay, but we need to do that for this island so that we take care of the biggest challenge that we are having of insecurity for our fishermen.
Fishermen in Lake Victoria have often reported attacks in the lake with occasional loss of their fishing gear. Omolo urged residents of Homa Bay County to cooperate with security team to aid in delivering President William Ruto's election agenda.
We also have the team that works with me in the office, and in this region there's Madam Regional Commissioner, the RC, Flora, and her team. There's a regional security team as well as the county, all the way to the village elders. And so far, they have done a commendable job in helping coordinate government programs. And I want to plead with the residents of Pagano to give them all the necessary support.
Fishermen na wamama, fish landing site ambayo itakuwa na cooling facility, mnafanya processing ya samaki, mnachukua barafu, kuna mahali yenu hapo ya kujipanga kama wavuvi na pia wamama, na ita cost over 100 million.
Tilio Marco for Lunchtime News.
Elsewhere, the Bomet Governor Hilary Barchok is calling on the political leaders in the county to cease discussing the 2027 succession politics and instead focus on service delivery. Speaking while launching development projects in Gorgor, Governor Barchok said his administration will be constructing 10-kilometer road in each of the 25 wards this financial year. Local MCAs led by Ndanai Abasoi MCA Peter Kirui echoed Barchok's call on unity of purpose among elected leaders, saying 2027 was still far.
Ni mambo ya siasa. Tutulize siasa sahi, hii ni wakati wa kufanya kazi. 2027 ndio tutaingia mambo ya siasa. But for now, let us not raise political temperatures in Bomet. Election haitakuwa kesho. Unless tunaangalia tarehe 27 mistake na 2027. Otherwise, election itakuja in the next 4 years. So tutulize siasa, let us not raise political temperatures unnecessarily.
Mambo ya siasa tutaweka nyuma na tutaendelea kufanya kazi. 2026 wenye wanataka viti na hata sisi tutajitokeza tuende kuuliza wananchi watu tupatie kura. Kwa sasa utulivu tunataka ili tuweze kufanya kazi pamoja. Asante sana gavana na ofisi yako. Tumefanya kazi pamoja na tunaelewana. Unity of purpose is what we want so that we realize development.
Tangu 1958 watu wachaona hii mtuni watengeneshwe, na hata hii barabara nilikuwa natengeneza hapa hakuna. Niliona leo kumbe iko na kabana na nakuja kusaidia sisi pande ya Abose Gorgor.
Moving on, the Kikuyu Council of Elders has rolled out a youth engagement program with a view of imparting moral values on the young generation. Speaking in Ruaka, Kiambu County, the council's chairman, Washira Kiago, said the initiative aims to guide the younger generation who are often lured to engage in societal vices such as drugs, alcohol and substance abuse. The beneficiaries, who are drawn from colleges in the region, will also learn Kikuyu traditions as part of ensuring continuity of the culture.
University zote zetu, sababu kitu ya kwanza tuliona tuko na makosa ya kuwa hatukai na watoto wetu chini na kuwapatia mawaidha. Tumefurahi sana kama wazee vile tumeshida nao na tumesikiza hata malalamishi yao mingi, na tumeona ni vitu inatakikana ifanywe sana sana. Hata viongozi wetu lazima waanze kufikia habari ya watoto.
Wamekuwa na maswali mengi sana kuhusu maisha, kuhusu masomo, kuhusu sehemu zote za ukaaji ama za in life issues, na wazee wamejaribu kuongea na wao kwa muda.
Some of those challenges have been presented by our leaders from different universities, and among them financial support for elective seats. Also, we also need connections in terms of job opportunities, mentorships, and some of those things.
To To some sporting action now, and Extreme Sports CEO Hussein Mohammed has emphasized on the need to have proper management in football, saying the sport can change the lives of many youths in the country. Speaking at a fundraisers dinner in aid of FKF Division 1 side Kibra United, Hussein called on football stakeholders to look at the bigger picture and endeavor to have a sound leadership of Football Kenya Federation so as to grow the sport in the country.
I think what is important for us is to keep on insisting that there needs to be good governance in all our clubs, in all our administrative management levels, that there has to be transparency, accountability and integrity in how we manage sports in the country. This is the only way we'll be able to sustain development in that sector. There's certain key ingredients, I think, that are important for any football club to be successful in Kenya. First of all, there has to be significant investment in infrastructure. There has to be significant investment in capacity building. And once that is done, then we'll be able to commercialize the sport. We'll be able to now provide a good platform where the talented players or the players in that particular team will be able to earn a decent living. Unless we do that, unless we put in the investment and put in the hard work, it'll be very difficult to sustain it over time. So the investment in infrastructure by government, private sector in supporting the clubs is critical for us to achieve this long-term objective.
And the Technical University of Mombasa is targeting the overall title of this season's Kenya University Sports League, having invested in formidable teams that can win both the league and this year's Varsity Rugby League. Mwanzia emphasized the need for all universities in Kenya to prioritize sports, which is a key contributor to academic excellence. TUM has been dominant in many universities' sports disciplines, among them rugby, basketball, woodball, handball, roadball, and hockey.
Sports nurtures a player all round. That is discipline-wise, psychologically, even the aspects we are talking about today, mental wellness. A player is always a disciplined person because he's used to following rules of the game. So if somebody is used to following rules, even when it comes to management perspective of the university, they become also disciplined. They become role models to the rest of the students. And most players, their completion rate is very high.
Moving on, Las Palmas defeated Atletico Madrid 2-1 to move up to 9th place on the Spanish La Liga table with 17 points. The win was Las Palmas' 5th of the season and 4th in the last 5 matches, and moves then above 10th placed Valencia.
Kirian Rodriguez opened the scoring in the 51st minute for Las Palmas before Ramirez del Toro scored in the 75th minute to seal maximum points for the hosts. Alvaro Morata. Elsewhere, goals from Lee Kang-in, Warren Emery and Vitinha helped PSG beat Montpellier 3-0 and go top of the French Ligue 1 with 24 points, just 2 points ahead of second place Nice, who have a game in hand.
What a splendid strike that is.
German side Bochum narrowly edged Darmstadt 2-1 in the only Bundesliga game played last night. Fabian Nürnberger's header from the center of the box to the bottom.
World number 1 Novak Djokovic held off Holger Rune to reach the semi-finals of the Paris Masters as Gregor Dimitrov and Stefanos Tsitsipas are expected to set up a mouth-watering semi-final clash today. And that story effectively puts a cap on what we had lined up for you this Saturday afternoon. Definitely appreciate your valid company. This has been KBC Lunchtime News. I'm Doreen Arange, and our sign language interpreter has been Lucy Mwaura. Good afternoon.